Hi again. So, our topic for today is how God sees the broken, or what God thinks about what people unaliving themselves. So, is an absolute low the end of your story with God? Ever wondered how the Lord truly looks at someone who feels so overwhelmed with life that they choose an unprecedented exit? Many think God immediately turns his back, but the Bible paints a completely different picture of his heart toward our deepest pain. So I'm going to mention two stories from the Bible. It's just brief stories. The first one is looking at scriptures in 1 Samuel chapter 31, verse 4. King Saul chose to end his own life during a losing battle to avoid capture. In Matthew chapter 27, verse 5, Judas Iscariot, overwhelmed by heavy guilt after betraying Jesus, did the same. While the Bible doesn't condone their final actions, it documents their immense pain. God doesn't look at someone losing their internal battle with anger. He looks at them with a broken heart because life became that heavy. Now, I'm going to share stories. I'm going to share multiple stories throughout this video. So it's quite a long video. So I apologize for that. But, anyways, so I was also bullied. So, since I was bullied so much, it made me feel so unwanted, burdensome, and I felt like people will be happier if I stop existing. So, the first one, I was way like in maybe second, third grade. I can't remember. I had a BB toy, so I'm just trying to avoid certain words. I might get flagged, but anyway. So I had the BB toy. So um, whenever I feel so unwanted, because it's like it's more common of me or sorry, it's rare for me not being bullied as opposed to being bullied. So, first one. So, whenever I feel down, I had this toy. So, I remove all of the pellets inside. Then I will point it to myself and cock the trigger. Then, yeah, pull the trigger. So, I basically unalive myself inside my head. Then of course it's me trying to test if I could go through with it, but for some reason something's pulling me back. So sometimes there was a time that I got a bottle of Zonrox. I placed it near my lip, about to down it all the way down, and I never did. But whenever I do, again, I unalive myself in my head, pretending I don't exist. Usually, whenever, including the toy and the bottle of Zonrox. Whenever that happens, I go inside my cabinet all the way to the back and pretend that I don't exist. And how I would I feel so much happiness knowing that I'm gone, and how happy all the people around me will be since I don't exist anymore. So in the last one, I usually run towards the whenever, because back in the day, one of my mom, I think, was working at a building. So we get to go to the rooftop. So what I do, although I am really afraid of heights, I run towards the edge and jump and look downwards. Then again, it plays in my head that I'm gone, but I never really got through it for some reason. There's a dark story, a dark funny story I will tell you. So funny for me. So we were my friends and I were on top of a condo building. We climbed up the rooftop, and because we all had problems, so we were discussing that what if we, since we're so close friends, we jump together. So I was teasing my friend because me and my other two friends were with me. So I was saying to my other friend, what if we all jump? Two of us achieved in unaliving ourselves, but the other one survived for some reason, but who is a vegetable and just bedridden inside the hospital. I was telling him that, ooh, what if we visit you as spirits and we get to go around and tease you while you can't move on your bed? Anyway, so moving on. So, also, I'm when I do this video, I'm coming to you as a normal person. I do have my religious belief, but also I am entertaining. Of course, I believe in the possibility of other entities, so to speak. But I only have one true God, which is the Lord Jesus Himself, Jesus Christ Himself. But I am open to believe that He has created other things, otherworldly things. So, anyways, as a normal person, of course, we read the newspaper, and we go to horoscope section, and we find what's going to happen in the future, or what's going to happen today. So, getting to that, I am a Scorpio. So, I just learned the other day that Scorpio is actually a sign for death and rebirth. So I think whenever that happens to me, whenever I attempt something, what happens to me, a rebirth. So that's why you cannot really pinpoint on how I am, or can pinpoint my behavior yearly. It's going to be different every time because I continue on evolving. Anyways, so the symbol of rebirth is a phoenix. I only also found out the other day. But funny story is, here, I'm going to show you a picture. This was 2 years ago, and I did that because I was free to try and be myself. So I had a tattoo on my back, which is phoenix wings with barbed wires, I was getting free from the barbed wires to fly away. So, me finding out about the phoenix symbol and the death and rebirth of Scorpio sign, I felt like it was a coincidence. But if you look at my other video, that there are two videos that I want you to look at, which is coincidences, which is, it might be a DM from God, which is what happened to me just the other day. And the other one is if God has a sense of humor. Why? Because, for example, sense of humor. Yes. So, God knows that I literally need actual signs to be able to know it was Him that's doing it. For the longest time, I kept going to church, and there's so much noise inside my head, and I couldn't really focus on what the priest or pastor was saying. But a few years ago, a friend invited me to this church, and I was, okay, so just want to accompany you, it's okay. I'll try to go with you. And I really I wasn't expecting anything, but once I was there, for some reason, it was silent. There were no noise inside my head. So I felt like I had purpose being there. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about it in another video, something related to that. So that's one. I know it was him, it's God, reaching out to me for I think a year. Yeah, it's a year, almost a year. I was struggling trying to find work, and I eventually spoke to God and handed over everything to Him. So when I got the job, I was surprised, and I know it was him, and I was laughing. So I spoke to him. So yes, I know it was you, and he gave me an obvious sign that it came from you because the work that I applied for that accepted me was just across the church where I was attending. Coincidence? And God's sense of humor. Yes, I was laughing. I imagine me laughing with him. Anyways, so continuing on. So also talking about my traumas, it only really stopped just a few years ago. Yeah, even at my age, it continued on, unfortunately. But there are three stories that I like to share on what kind of traumas that I encountered even in my adult life. So again, I will just say person or group just to omit any type of relationship or names of persons in the story. But anyways, so the first one, I used to work for this company for 5 years, and within a month, we only get 2 weekends that has two days off, and the other two we are asked to report in 6 times a week. And other than that, getting to my story, I usually work about 12 hours per shift, and sometimes I do double shifts for 5 years. And what happened next was, that day, because I had a double shift. So I came home and I told a person, we were supposed to attend this event, but I said that I couldn't anymore and I was so tired. I did double shift. Can you bring me home food when you go home from that event? I was told that they can't. So, which in a way, this group was forcing me to drive them towards that event. So eventually, I did. And I bumped another car on the way there because I fell asleep behind the wheel. Of course, I got mad and I said I should have just let me sleep. So he spent extra money. I drove a car that's not mine. Good thing the person in front of me got wind of what I was saying, and I was furious, and just told me just pay for buffing, so the scratch will be removed. It's not a big damage. Anyways, and my next story is I was this group at Pansol, so it was my fault because a person in front of me from that group slid down the pool, and although it was just half full, he was okay. So I did the same. Me, forgetting that I was big and tall, physics has a different reaction to it. So if you're wondering, I am about 6'3". My height's about 6. So I slid down, and my back hit the floor, and even the other people from that group heard that there was a large slam underwater. That's how loud it was. So I stood up and felt maybe my body was in shock, so I felt something in my back. It was crunchy. So got off the pool, we were about to eat. So suddenly I felt immense pain. I couldn't walk. As one of them if he could help me transfer tables, but they didn't for some reason. So I had to stay there for a long time while they were eating. Eventually, I got up and transferred to that table where I can eat. Anyway, so a lot after the day was done, we were on the way home. So I know this group can fit all of them can fit in one car because I really wanted to go to the hospital to have my back checked because something's wrong. So imagine this. This was a resort, a far resort, and we were. They said they prioritized the dinner. It's much more important than my back. So prioritized the dinner. I had to drive with that injury for about 57 kilometers. Imagine that. So once we get to that location, that's the only time that I was offered. They still want to go to the hospital, but I think my body was in shock. It was numb already from the pain, so I couldn't. I didn't think of it anymore. After a few weeks passed, I was taking a bath and the soap dropped. And I reached for it and I hurt my back. And it seems like I couldn't walk, so I went to the bed and rested. But after a while, the pain went away. So another thing is when I was because I gained weight during that time. So when I was at work, I was sitting for a long time, the whole shift. So, but when I stood up, a sharp pain. I felt a sharp pain on my back, and while I was walking, I lost mobility. I dropped down on the floor. I couldn't walk. I couldn't feel my legs. So, eventually got to the car, and I couldn't even ride the car and drive because my back was so stiff for some reason. So I had to walk about 1.5 kilometers to go to the hospital because I couldn't sit down anymore. When I got there, since that I had an extreme muscle spasm, they actually injected me with 3 types of painkillers. The first 2 didn't do anything, and they had to check. Maybe you're just saying that so I could get more painkillers. No, I'm serious. And they listened to my heartbeat, and I was telling the truth. So I was injected with a 3rd serum, which is Demerol, I think, the strongest one, and it's thick. So that's the only time that the pain went away. So many months later on, years actually, since it happened, I was, of course, I did therapy, physical therapy, and I got my weight down, strengthened my core. So eventually, years passed. I had a pre-employment medical checkup. So I had an X-ray, and they saw a spot on my lungs. So we got scared. Got a second opinion. I did another X-ray from the side. As it turns out, that this spot was actually we call this a bone spur. A bone spur occurs. A bone spur along my spine. Imagine that, my spine. So it was pressing on the vein, my main vein on my spinal cord. That bone spur is only caused if your bone broke or fractured, and it's at this spot where I hit my back years before. So there, I'm not I can't be overweight, I can't be underweight, and I have to constantly, not really constantly, but strengthen my core. And I couldn't lift that much weight using my back. So I have to be careful with that. So on to my next story. We went to a far place again, and we arrived late. So we ate lunch. Then this group, one of the person there was saying that this person had to feed the dog, and I wasn't finished, and I was still eating, but this person, I'm not really surprised that she did that. But I didn't expect it. So she used her hands and grabbed my food off my plate while I was still eating and fed it to the dog. And she even said, oh, I didn't even notice. I'm so sorry. And she kept feeding the dog. Of course, there are a lot of stories. Those are just the main parts that I told you. But it's more of me not. She wasn't punished for it. They reacted negatively, but that's it. She wasn't scolded or anything. But how I felt during that time, I wasn't treated and respected as a human being. There. And continuing on. There's a misconception, especially here in the Philippines, before growing up, that a person who takes their own life cannot have their funeral blessed by a priest or a pastor. Historically, older traditions hesitated because they worried it would encourage others. But today, the church openly acknowledges that severe mental distress diminishes a person's free will. God's grace isn't blocked by our darkest moments. And pastoral care is absolutely there to offer blessings and comfort to the family left behind. So, proceeding to my another subtopic. So, story is when I usually reach out online to different people when they, if I notice they're depressed or are going through stuff. I have spoken to some that have entertained thoughts of unaliving themselves. So, and I understood that my role is only to prepare them for professional help. Be more open to professional help and be susceptible for guidance. Of course, I will still redirect them to authoritative figures that could or professional services to fully help them properly. And I was actually I spoke with the guidance counselor from this place, and I told about my mission. My mission during that time, and said that this is what I've been doing. Can I have your contact information? So just in case if these people, I have encouraged these people to seek professional help, I can give your number. She said she doesn't have. She didn't give me her. She didn't give me her number because she said that don't worry. When they hit rock bottom, they will eventually turn to the Lord and come to church themselves. In my experience, no. So these people has a real. They're more open to people, their friends, rather than any authoritative figure. I just went on and do my thing with them. Anyways, so here's I'll talk about more of the mission after this. Um, the University of the Philippines Population Institute found that close to 1 in 5 Pinoy youths have seriously thought about ending their life. But here's the shocking part: 60% of those struggling never open up to anyone. They don't talk to parents, teachers, counselors, or pastors because they feel they can only approach these figures once they've completely hit rock bottom. So even when they hit rock bottom without a positive spiritual anchor in their environment, many still choose to exit because they feel they have no one to turn to. Having just one supportive, faithful friend in an emotional environment changes everything. So, speaking about going back to the mission, I was telling you about, missions aren't just about traveling to far off provinces or standing behind the pulpit. How I continued. We have an opportunity to create our own personal missions, right where we are in our barcadas, our classrooms, and in our group chats. By being an approachable, judgment-free zone, we can spread hope and the gospel to those who don't have any spiritual or emotional support systems around them. Also, you have these people. You have a choice to step away from environments that doesn't support you. An indication of a bad environment, based on my experience, is if people that are involved in that group are imposing their own beliefs and opinions to follow, like a command, rather than listening and understanding. The environment should give you a choice and encouragement. Fam, your emotions are valid, and you are not a burden. If you are watching this and you're fighting a silent war, don't have to wait until you hit rock bottom to ask for help. God's love isn't conditional on you having it all together. Your life has an irreplaceable purpose, and your story isn't over yet. Hold on, there's hope. And you are never alone as you feel. From my perspective, I don't like using the word heal, because we're never really healed. More of the emotions are managed, or I like to use the word managed. Speaking to my fellow trauma survivors, that you know it in yourself that the word healed is really another term for manage. So how so? Here's an analogy. So a person who has a severed limb will recover, but this person will move or navigate through their lives on how they move forward in life will be greatly affected. It wouldn't be the same, and a constant reminder will be experienced and limiting. So once they get reminded of these limitations, they get frustrated. It's not the same. So it's the same with traumas. You heal, but really, you will still have some episodes, but not as common as before. You have more control on your reactions than your actions that follows. Some of us still even carry medications for the just-in-case scenarios when you get triggered. But again, it's not as common as originally before seeking help. But it still does happen. Managed. So, remember, no matter how small any problem may seem, you need to communicate about this and talk to someone. In one of my videos, I spoke about what the church is. A church is a hospital for sinners and the broken. If you are not comfortable in opening up to anyone at church, you can call Hope Line Philippines by dialing 2919. Again, that is 2919. Before I end this video, of course, I'd like to share a few lyrics from the song True Colors. They go as you with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged. Oh, I realize it's hard to take courage. In a world full of people, you can lose sight of it all. The darkness inside you can make you feel so small. Show me a smile. Don't be unhappy. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy. You've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, because I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. And that's why we love you. That's it for now, my beloved. Take care. We are here for you. Thank you.